Some kid at a school that has zero tolerance policy for gunplay, like toy guns or even pretending like you have a gun, just playing around on the playground.
So stupid.
It gets you a automatic mandatory suspension.
Sounds like a terrorist, basically.
So a 5th grader got it for pointing a finger gun at another kid.
Terrorist.
It's a thought crime.
Yeah. So here's something about that. If we can get it to play. Here it is.
Liz, thank you. A 5th grader that attends a Columbus City school has been suspended from school for pretending to shoot a classmate with his fingers in the shape of a gun. And his father says the principal has gone too far. Nathan Inting, a 5th grader at Devonshire Alternative Elementary School, has been suspended for 3 days. It happened last week for pretending to shoot a classmate by forming his hand into the shape of a gun. The district says Devonshire Principal Patricia Price warned students about pretend gunplay in school and told both students and parents that if they did not stop, there would be disciplinary action. Nathan's father, Paul Inting, says no one was being threatened at the time and that the principal has taken the situation too far.
Why his punishment was this excessive? Because, I mean, I've known these kids around in school nowadays, they get in fights and they're not suspended that long. But for him to make his fingers into a gun and get suspended for 3 days, I don't understand it.
I think
This kid sounds like a fucking future terrorist and criminal.
Yeah, this fucking kid. I mean, you fucking use your imagination to pretend something. That's wrong. That's evil. There's nothing more evil than that. I mean, what is? I don't. When I was in, I don't even know how to fucking talk about this. This is just so fucking retarded. When I was in school, every single kid that went to my school would have been suspended by this standard.
I used to take throwing stars to school. So
I mean, what the
put under the fucking jail.
They would have just executed you at this point
with the throwing stars.
Yeah.
People used to take like shotguns and shit to school. It's like, oh, that's in my pickup truck, and now it's like you pretend to point a fake gun, which is your finger, at someone else, and they're like, oh my god, they're offended. We're offended. Everyone's offended. Someone needs to be offended by this.
Well, they have zero tolerance policies,
by the district,
which basically suck people's brains out, not make them use common sense. It's every situation is a case-by-case basis. Shouldn't be a blanket, rule that is put down for every situation. But it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, what the fuck does this have to do with education, anyways?
Well, I feel the same way about mandatory minimum sentencing too, where no matter what the situation is, they have to put people in prison for life.
It's basically like it's just like let's take any and all human consideration out of the process completely, to the point where
exactly what they do.
It's just like, here, there's a rule, and it's like, it reminds me of the episode of fucking Star Trek: The Next Generation where Wesley Crusher fucking breaks the fence.
He tramples some flowers.
Yeah, he tramples some flowers, and they try to put him to death because their planet has some weird-ass laws that have no exceptions or anything.
Any crime is punishable by immediate death by the police officer that sees you commit the crime. Is how it goes. It doesn't matter if you're a child or anything. And
that's a hardcore society.
Yeah, yes.
I bet the crime rate is very low there.
Yeah, Picard. See, in Star Trek, they have to follow what they call the Prime Directive, which means they honor the laws of whatever planet they're on. But they actually broke that because they're about to kill their little kid. But I think TJ would have been okay if they would have killed Wesley Crusher.
Yeah, he was a pretty annoying character.
Yeah.
It's like, in this case, we can make an exception.
Yeah, but anyway, back to the finger gun kid. Here he goes.
That if a similar incident happens again, his son's punishment will be more severe. He says he's considering pulling his son out of the school district.
Yeah. I don't know. And here's the most devastating thing about this whole situation, TJ, for you. This is going to be devastating for you because you're going to agree with S.E. Cup.
No!
On this issue.
He does agree with her. Cups.
Okay, my outrage. This is a warning to parents out there. Please shield your children's eyes. I'm about to do something you do not want them to see. Ready?
Get naked.
She points her finger like a gun.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
No, and then she sticks it in.
No, she doesn't do that.
She's pretty
that
cute, though.
there got a Columbus, Ohio 5th grader suspended from school for 3 days. The charge, exposing other students to a, quote, level 2 look-alike firearm. Yes, those words actually exist. I'd sure hate to see what a level 3 looks like. This is the kind of ridiculous, childish, progressive nonsense that makes it nearly impossible to have a real conversation about curbing gun crime. Because if you start with dumb ideas like this, how can anyone take you seriously? Let's also curb obesity and alcoholism by banning the hand gestures that accompany them. This is ludicrous. Grow up, people.
Yeah,
Well,
I agree for the most part.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
It's-
TJ doesn't
Meh.
want to agree with.
TJ, there's some douchey comment too. The prime directive is not to interfere with pre-warped societies. Not that's what they're saying. It's not. Well, actually, that doesn't make any sense. Not follow laws of the planets they visit.
Yeah,
He said not both times. So,
But I mean that.
No.
It's clear that part of the prime directive is obeying whatever the local laws and customs are.
and they all said you're a fucking nerd, TJ.
Because well, I am.
Nerd alert.
I don't give a fuck. I'm a nerd.
Yeah,
oh,
that's so
you're
stupid.
you're smart. Okay, fuck you. What is that? How is that an insult?
You're a nerd, dude.
You're a total nerd.
You like intellectual things, faggot.
Okay, then some idiot was like, dude, see, another Repsion hater. Haha, did they leave Repsion off because of all the people who said they hated him? No, dumbass.
Repsion's the guest tomorrow, you fucking moron.
Yeah.
God, people are so fucking stupid.
Look at a calendar. For fuck's sake.
Calendar.
Block this
calendar,
idiot.
good. Saturday come after Friday. Very. What? I don't know why I'm doing that voice.
Okay, so here